Do you believe in the concept of making statements? And if so, did your team make a statement with that performance today?
I think a little bit. I feel like we've been trending in the right direction here these last few days, and we needed to come out these last 2 round robin games against Quebec and Saskatchewan, 2 pretty good teams, and we played well both games, and I feel like we made a bit of a statement to the next 4 teams we're going to play.
Right, and how important is that in terms of the mental aspect of this sport? I mean, obviously those are going to be 4 very good teams, but there is a mental side to that, and when they know they're about to play a hot team, that enters into their thinking as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, every win out here counts the same at the end of the week, and the games aren't going to get easier. So we'll take all the wins we can throughout here, and this sets us up good for the next round. And I think the teams we're going to play against are going to know that we're playing well, and that'll be a battle. So it's good.
The physical skills of what you guys are doing out there are obvious, but there's a mental component to this, and there's almost an aspect of being ready. Is your team ready to be a Tim Hortons Brier champion?
I think so. I think especially after the experience we had last year, and then we've had a lot of success this year too, winning in some big situations. I feel like we're mentally at peace with it, and it wouldn't be a surprise to me at all if we walked out of here at the end of the week as winners.
Were you guys in a bad mood when you got to the rink today? Because you took it out on those guys. That was a pretty solid performance.
Oui, on a bien joué, on a bien positionné nos rushs tout au long du match. On a mis de la pression sur l'équipe de Terre-Neuve. Eux, ils ont joué un moins bon match que sûrement ils le voudraient, mais on est content de notre performance.
When you look back at the round-robin games that you guys played here, I know you had higher expectations, and there's probably a little bit of an element of disappointment, but I imagine this is kind of a necessary thing as the team develops, because I'm sure you have ambitions of being back here.
Oui, effectivement, ça n'a pas été comme on l'aurait voulu. On a eu nos chances. On a perdu un match très serré là, contre la Saskatchewan. Ça fait en sorte là, que ça nous a mis un peu dans le trouble là, pour le reste du tournoi. Mais ça fait partie du processus là, pour essayer de battre les meilleurs. Il faut jouer contre les meilleurs. Donc, on est bien content de notre performance quand même.
Some interesting times in Quebec curling, too. There's been some really good young teams coming up, particularly on the women's side. But and you guys are still, well, you're young. You're still reasonably young. I mean, but I think Quebec curling seems to be on an upswing right now, too.
Oui, effectivement, là, il y a beaucoup de relèves, là, comme tu l'as dit, là, dans le curling féminin. Il y a beaucoup de jeunes équipes qui percent présentement. Même dans le curling masculin, là, il y a des très bons joueurs. Là. Vous avez pu voir l'année passée Félix Asselin, là, qui est un excellent jeune joueur. Puis aussi Vincent Roberge, là, qui sort tout juste du junior. Donc, il va y avoir de la relève là, dans les prochaines années là, pour le curling québécois.
What did you learn about yourself as a skip here this week?
Je dirais patient. J'ai réussi à garder le contrôle de mes émotions. Donc, c'est une très bonne expérience pour moi là, cette semaine au Brier.
Adam, this team, I don't know from a coaching perspective that you could ask just anything more out of them. I mean, what's your job like right now?
It's been a pretty easy event, I'm not going to lie. They're doing everything they've committed to, but you have to remember that we are precisely just halfway through this thing. So I would say mission number 1 has been accomplished, but it's going to get incredibly more difficult. Fatigue's going to creep in, and we just have to monitor that stuff now more than ever.
You kind of took the steam out of my next question, but that was what I was going to get at. You know, this format being what it is, there's plateaus. Normally, in the old format, there's one plateau, get to the playoffs, and then the next plateau is playoffs. Here, there's 3 plateaus, and now you got to readjust and kind of get the message home. There's still plenty of work to do.
Well, I mean, just look at how well everyone's playing. I mean, all of these games are exciting, and we know that no matter what, it's going to be a test. Well, it's been a test right from the beginning. So they're going to be ready. I'm loving, getting to be here with them. They're embracing the experience, and we're looking forward to adding some more wins and just trying to finish as high as we can during the round robin.
Is there anything at all to the notion that a little adversity, even a loss, might be a good thing in terms of just that kind of keeping them grounded?
Well, I think you if you lose, that's the only perspective you're allowed to have. But while you're on a roll and you're undefeated, there's no reason for it not to continue. So I think adversity comes within the game. I mean, there's always going to be 1 or 2 ends that shots aren't executed as well as you'd like. But the key is that nothing changes how you go about your business. Whether you win, whether you lose, you keep going, you keep committing to the things that you agreed to, and usually good things come from that.
You've been an observer of these guys for quite some time, obviously, being on the inside. Is there something that you've picked up on that you maybe didn't appreciate before in terms of what makes these guys tick?
They're just unbelievable shot makers. The commitment level to every single little detail it's very cool to see. And on the one hand, they put on such a good show, but I think people don't appreciate how much effort and energy it takes to do that. So even though I kind of knew that, I'm really seeing it this week, given the magnitude of the circumstances. We're at the Brier.
That's got to be a weight off the shoulders for you, Mike. Just give me a sense of the satisfaction and the way you guys performed today.
I thought we had a good handle on the ice. It seems like the last 2 or 3 games we had really good feel. So I was pretty happy with what I saw from the guys. And we got pushed today. I thought the boys from the little island played pretty darn well. They pushed us.
What did you guys decide last night as a team that you had to do better today?
Wasn't necessarily trying to do anything more. I thought the story for us this week is just we haven't capitalized on a couple opportunities. So we got a few more wounds than we would like going into the next round, and I think we're playing well enough to give just about anybody in the field a good game. It's just unfortunately we're kind of in do or die matches now, but at least we're still playing tomorrow.
And I guess that's what it comes down to now. I mean, the task is pretty clear. It seems like you'd probably have to run the table.
Yeah, and it's kind of I don't know how best to describe it other than it feels like you're deep into provincials and you're in do or die time. It's it's crunch time for us, and we've had that feeling very recently. We had to run I think about 7 in a row off in provincials to win after an early loss. So it's not a new feeling for us. It's possible. It's going to be tough, but we're still kicking.
You're an OKC event team.
I hope so. We don't have any other choice, so we'll just embrace that and go forward and try and play. I'm not sure who we play first, but I want to say we probably play a couple of good seeds tomorrow. Yeah, Al's nodding. So yeah, we'll have to have some of our best curling all week for Thursday.